is what dreams are made of. You probably don't know what that is.
Sure don't.
Lizzie McGuire, Jeff? It's Lizzie McGuire. This is... Please don't poke me, okay? Ow. Jeff, I mean it, please.
I'm not. I was going to rub your back.
No, you weren't. I want to do this and I don't want to be poked and you have a booger in your eye.
I can't believe you wanted to rub your back.
You didn't want to rub my back. You wanted to poke my side.
I wasn't going to. I was going to rub your back.
No, you were not.
Supposed to have eye boogies?
Got him. Do you think this is good? Hello? Welcome back to
My contacts are all changed.
Are we not?
You're not.
You're not. You're too far. You're not. That's too close. I feel like we're literally never where we should be, and it drives me insane. Move your arm in for a sec. Let's just see if we sit like this. No, like, I meant your other arm, like, don't sit so wide. I just want to see if we're where we should be, but we're not, are we? Is it also crooked?
Definitely. Hey!
I hate this so
Hi,
much.
baby. Hey, babe. Hi.
Hi, baby. Come here. Come on. Come say hi. Gotcha. Come say hi to everybody. Okay, you can leave. Goodbye. Are you ready?
I've been ready for the last 10 minutes.
Cool. Me too. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Foster the Squeakle. The chairs are very squeaky.
Everyone always says I sound like I'm bored.
Yeah, are you? You do sound like that.
All right, well, I'll get enthusiastic if that's
Okay,
what
let's
people
try
want.
the enthusiastic intro. You're covered in here.
Yeah, I know.
We are out of lint roller things. Don't judge us.
I'm also sick.
Yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
Board games!
and
Board gamey things!
that's right. Good job. How'd that feel?
Fake.
We are here today to do another Done Well, Do Better. We haven't done one of these in a little while. And today's Done Well, Do Better is on channel.
Ow! Jeez.
Jeff, calm down, okay? We are here to do a Done Well, Do Better on Disney's Sorcerer's Arena Epic Alliances.
Indeed.
The
epic.
corset, if you
Corset.
will. Yes, corset.
Corset.
Not corset.
No. Corset, not corset.
Yeah.
Corset, one
It's
word.
a corset, not corset. So as per usual, we are going to give a little overview of the game, and then we are going to dive into what the game does well and what we think it could do better, right?
Indubitably.
This game was sent to us for review from the Op, so thank you to the Op for sending this to us, and we are now going to dive into the overview. All right. Disney Sorcerer's Arena. Epic Alliances. Corset. The ultimate Disney and Pixar battle royale. Become the next master summoner in this epic turn-based combat game where every choice you make determines your legacy. Create a fantastical battle-ready roster of Disney and Pixar hero and villain characters to enter the action-packed Sorcerer's Arena. Strategize and create exciting combinations of actions using special character abilities for endless replayability, and prove your team has what it takes to claim victory. Disney Sorcerer's Arena is a game for 2 to 4 players. In a 4-player game, you play as teams.
Yes.
Actually, it's 2 or 4, not 2 to
Yes.
4. So it's
Correct.
either 1v1 or 2v2.
Correct.
Takes around 35 minutes to play. Disney Sorcerer's Arena is a battle royale game where each player or each team is going to be drafting their characters. So each person's going to draft 3 characters from a potential 8.
What are the 8?
That's a great question.
Great question. We have Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey, Gaston, Maleficent, Aladdin, Ariel, Dr. Facilier, Demona, and Sully.
Indeed. You kind of do a little bit of a snake draft to start, pick your characters, and then set your lineup. So set your turn structure.
Each character has an initiative, so you are going to randomly assign your characters in what order you want to play them, show each other, and then whoever has the lower initiative order of the 2 face-up characters will go first, and then you'll structure your turn order.
Then within the game, each player has a set of things that they get to do. There is a handy-dandy reference card that you get to go through, and you're going to do some movement, you're going to do some actions, and then each player has its own specific skills. and its own deck. You're going to have a deck where you're going to pull hands, and the cards in your deck are made up of the 3 characters that you're using. You're going to be playing cards, or you're going to be doing basic actions to fight the other player's characters and trying to knock them out of the arena. And every time you knock someone out, they have a specific amount of victory points associated with that, and it's the first player to 20 victory points wins.
If you draw cards and you get to a point where you can no longer draw cards, that would also trigger the end game.
Players are also upgradable, so if you have a character and then you play a certain amount of cards that have specific symbols, you get to flip them around. Gears. You get to flip them around, and then they have an additional ability that they have, so that you're able to upgrade them if you choose throughout the game.
And you would banish those, so if you played those cards for the gears in order to upgrade your character, those cards would be banished from the game. So they would leave your discard pile and be gone forever.
Yeah, and that's basically it. Maybe let's jump into what the game does well.
It's very similar to most other Battle Royale arena games that you've played. I really like the fact that you can play this now, but with Disney characters. I mean, because most other Battle Royale arena games are going to be, you know, I don't want to say generic, but they'll be like goblins and dwarfs and gnomes and whatever. I just think it's neat that they've adopted the Disney model. We love Disney. We're huge Disney fans. So I really enjoy that. I really, really enjoyed the components of the game. The acrylic standees are phenomenal.
It's surprising to me. I thought you'd prefer miniatures.
Well, yes, I would prefer miniatures. I'll always take miniatures, but I get why they would do it this way. I mean, it reduces costs and whatever. Do I wish there was an upgradable component to this where I could get miniatures? Sure. But I'm not going to cry about it.
He's been crying all night about it.
I have not. I just think it's smooth. There's not a lot of nuance to this game. It's very much set up, go, play. Very easy win conditions. The skills and movement and standard movement and special cards you can play are very straightforward and easy. Super accessible Battle Royale game, in my opinion.
I obviously think it does the theme very, very well. I love Disney. Jeff's already mentioned this, but not just that, but within each character, their skills, their cards are very thematic to that character themselves. As an example, Sorcerer Mickey is collecting like magical broom tokens, which allow him to do like different things. Maybe if he has a lot, he gets to hit harder. He also has cards that are like, it's like a whirlpool and it just hits everyone. Doesn't matter like where they are on board. So it's very, very thematic in terms of what the actual characters can do.
And like Aladdin is very sneaky and he can like run at you and attack you and run away, and he's very stealthy. He's hard to hit. Sully's a big brute.
And I love the drafting element. So I think that's really cool. You don't have to play with the drafting. You can choose to. So maybe if you're playing with kids, maybe you don't. You just pick the characters that you want. But I personally really like the drafting element because Jeff got a character that I really wanted last night when we played.
Sully?
Yes, I really wanted Sully. I also do think the components, the acrylic standees are really nice. The artwork is just amazing. It's Disney. You gotta love it. I also like that there is an infinite amount of possibility with this game. It's just like Villainous, only even wider because of all the heroes that you can also add in. So the standard core set comes with 8 characters. They are going to be releasing expansion packs with...
There's already one out, I believe.
Okay, yeah, with new characters that you can add on, you could play, so you can kind of pick and choose which ones you want to get to create the pool of characters that you like. There's a lot of replayability with this game because of the character variation. The deck of cards that you're going to start with is pretty significant. I didn't get through my whole deck in a game, and Jeff didn't either. So I think that's really cool. I like that the characters are upgradable. I like that there's a little bit of asymmetry with them, but not too much to make it complicated. Definitely a fantastic game. Intro, like Battle Royale type of game for kids.
Definitely.
Or if you're just not used to that genre and you want to try something new. It's kind of like, I would compare it a little bit to, you said fantasy.
Super Fantasy Brawl.
And Unmatched is another one, but it's like a step down in terms of complexity. So the rule set, very easy to learn, very straightforward. I feel like you could teach this to a lot of people. So I think it does that really well.
Yeah, and the rule book will walk you through different chapters. So chapter 1 is a real basic introduction where you just play 1v1 and you learn some core mechanics of the game. And then chapter 2 adds another core mechanic. and then chapter 3 adds almost the full game, and then chapter 4 is the full game. We jumped right to chapter 4 because it was just like we've played enough games that we didn't need to kind of be guided through that.
Yep.
But I thought it was really interesting that they took that angle where it's like, this is maybe your first ever, not only like brawler, it's your first ever board game because again, marketed towards children that like Disney or families like Disney.
Yeah.
It'll walk you through it right until the point up until team play. So the rule book is really structured out that way in order to allow people an easy intro to this game.
Definitely. Okay, so we're going to move into do better. So for me, I think one thing, well, I do really like the components, 90% of them. There is a way to track the hero and villain's health on your team. That's this little piece of plastic. This is very nitpicky, but it's really hard to turn and it's finicky, and I found it really annoying. So I personally didn't like that piece of the component. I wish they had figured out a way to do that just a little bit better.
Yeah, as opposed to like just a dial you can turn. It looks like it should be a dial that can turn, but it's actually slotted. So you actually have to take the little plastic piece, lift it up a little bit, and then slot it into the next one.
Yeah.
Again, it is, I agree. It was the one thing that I was like, this is a bit finicky, but super nitpicky. It really didn't deter any of the gameplay. It was just like, feel like it could be a bit smoother with this.
Yeah.
But if you were a bit smoother, then the complaint would be, well, it doesn't like lock into place super well.
Never gonna please everyone.
The numbers are super small, so I get the decision. I get why they did it that way.
And another thing, I think, I do wish that movement was a requirement and not a choice. I wish that it was required because what we ended up doing is just trying to find those crown spots, and then we just wouldn't move from there. So if Jeff had Aladdin out on the board sitting on a crown spot for like every single round, then he was guaranteed a victory point every single round. And I wasn't able to get there without attacking Aladdin, and attacking Aladdin is very annoying.
Yes.
It just is what it is. So I definitely think that could have been done a little bit better. I would say just in general, like it is a very light and easy game. This is not a do better. It's more so just for awareness depending on your gameplay style. So you may find it a little bit light.
I wouldn't say you would come to this expecting heavy strategy.
No.
The one interesting thing though is that you can only use specific players' cards on their turn. So let's say Aladdin was active. I can only use Aladdin's cards for the ability.
I think the only other thing for me is just that I didn't draw the cards, but not a lot of my people were heavy hitters. Which means that I was playing against Jeff's characters who had a lot of health, like Sully as an example. And so if each time I'm hitting him for 1 or 2, it could be a bit of a slog in the fighting bit. It wasn't too bad. It definitely wasn't anything that I was like, oh my God, this is awful. But I was just kind of like constantly like, and I hit you for 2. And then now I have to wait again until I'm either next to Sully or, those kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, that just comes down to strategy, though, I think, a bit. And, I mean, all that being said, we had a game where I was fairly certain I was going to win. I triggered endgame. I got to 20 victory points. Jamie still had 1 turn left with Maleficent and was able to knock out one of my characters and ended up winning by 2 points. I do think it's, for all of those things into consideration, which I agree with, it's still, the game still ended up being close.
Yeah.
There was no runaway victories. I could see it happening, but it didn't happen in our experience.
Overall, final thoughts. I think this is a great introduction game for that Battle Royale style. If you have kids, if you love Disney, I would definitely check this out, try it out. I love that there's going to be expansions. I'm really excited to see what characters they continue to add, because at first I was kind of like, these are really random characters, but obviously they don't want to put all of like the big characters in the core set. It's the same thing as like Villainous, right? So
Demona was the one that surprised me the most, I think.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people think about gargoyles.
So overall, I definitely enjoyed it. Jeffrey?
Yeah, I really did too. If you like, I guess, 1v1 games and you like battlers, definitely one to check out. Very light, easy to table, easy to get played, easy to set up.
It's a really inviting game, even for people who maybe don't usually play board games, because it's Disney and people are usually intrigued by that theme. And so if you want to trick your friends into playing board games, you might want to use this one.
Yep.
So I think that is all that we have for today's video. So if you're interested in buying board games like Sorcerer's Arena, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store. And for us here in Halifax, that is
The Boardroom Game Cafe.
It sure the heck is. And that's all all we have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see,
please subscribe.
We hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
Later days.
Uh-oh. Oh, let me get it. Your hairs? It's too little. Can't get it. I guess I have to sit like this.
Why?
Because
this is how I sit in every video.
I know. That's why I'm saying I have to balance you out. Ready?
Get wide.
Get wide. We're here to do a Done Well Do Better on Disney's Sorcerers. We are here to do a Done Well Do Better on Disney's Sorcerer's Arena. Why did you do that?
Because that's what you did. Disney's Senpai. You always miss it. Always.
Everybody's out.